Wow, that was all of a sudden, wasn't it?
Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
Okay. Now we got a proper start. Good evening, gentlemen. What is up? What is happening?
Hello.
Mr. John, we got Randy,
Hey.
we got
Randy.
We got Randy, R5 Ripper, Jimmy the Nibbler, Fighter, and John Shane there. What's going on, boys? Everything good?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, it's a long day for me. I don't know about you boys.
Whole house is sick, so
Uh-oh.
not recognizing that I'm feeling like shit,
Uh-oh.
but I'm losing the battle.
Uh-oh. What the heck is going around? Some kind of flu bug or something?
Yeah, I guess.
That sucks, man.
Hacking and
Monkeypox.
even the fucking dog's sick. Like, really?
Must have been something you picked up at Vietnam.
It's been a while though. Fuck.
It's just now surfacing.
Yeah. It lies dormant for at least 2 decades.
Right, at least. At least.
27 years later.
What do you use for massage oil? Agent Orange?
Yeah, exactly. Cancer.
Okay, you relax now.
Yeah. Let me warm up your smallpox blanket for
Are there
you.
people even here watching this right now?
I don't know. Well, we are here. It is Tuesday, the Guitarsenal. It is 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it is, June 17th, 2025. And we are here. We are ready to go. Let's get things started. And as always, let's get over here and give a shout out and a thank you to our channel members. We have channel membership available on the channel. There's a join button over there and a link in the description if you'd like to get a membership to the channel and help support us with strings and things, keep the lights on and all that kind of good stuff. And we thank each and every one of these channel members that have been doing so for many, many months. And we thank you, each and every one of you. Big shout out to the channel members. Right on. All right. Now's about the time that we bust open the chat and see who's here. Let's get it unzipped and see what's going on. And out pops Mr. E. coli first in the chat tonight. And he says, howdy friends, looking forward to the Guitars and Gear Talk. My Mount Rushmore. All right, audience participation already. That's what the whole premise of today was, to get the chat involved, to see, guys, we have talked from time to time, and we've briefly mentioned maybe who our Mount Rushmore of guitar players is, but we'll see what the chat has to say. And Earl says, Segovia, McLaughlin, Holsworth, Metheny, Vi, EVH. I think that's a little more than 4. So what are you drinking, Earl? That's the question tonight. What are you drinking?
Yeah.
So many on his Mount Rushmore, but you got to pick 4. Mr. CLS, Christopher Live Sova is here, chiming in early. Good to see you, Mr. Sova. He says, mine is based on pure listening pleasure to my ears. Uncle Ted Nugent, Ace Frehley, George Lynch, and EVH. Right on. Very cool. Let's see. We've also got channel member Chuck C is here. He's piping in. He says, George Lynch, Warren DeMartini, EVH, and Reb Beach. I think Jimmy knows who that guy is. So let's see. First 3. He's got EVH. We got an EVH and an EVH. So I think there's a theme there. We got Zach Thong is here. Good to see you, Zach. Welcome in. Channel member Cushman NYC is here saying hey to the people. It's good to see you, Cush. We got channel member Cucumber CMBR. Super Pluckers. Yeah, well, you're a plucker too.
Yeah, see me choke a chicken.
Go pluck yourself.
Channel member Hillary is here saying happy Tuesday. Good to see you, Hillary. Channel member and crew member R2R3 Locking Nut.
Who is that?
Just keep playing. He's some dude that shows up from time to time.
Go pluck yourself, Al.
None of us have any guitars
on
in
in.
our hand, but we want to welcome in channel member Dan Gorman saying, hey, everybody.
Am I invisible?
Oh, well, bust it out then, Jimmy. There you go.
It's not plugged in.
Oh, well, okay.
I just like holding
It's
them.
just a ball covering device.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little comfort
I do it
device.
because I'm wearing black shorts. Everybody thinks, in my birthday suit from the waist down.
Let's see who else is here. We have the one, the only, the official Rob Blackmore. Channel member.
Rob.
What's up,
Good to see you, Rob.
Been
Welcome
talking,
in, man.
Been talking to Rob a little bit today.
Right on. What's new in his world?
Ola England did a rig rundown of Adrian Smith's from Iron Maiden's gear for this tour. And, of course, after I watched it, I had to send it to Robbie. So it was pretty cool. He's brought out 2 of his old Lato guitars that he used in the 80s, and he's brought the old red Ibanez Destroyer back out, and along with his plethora of Jacksons and a couple Les Pauls, stuff like that.
Very
You
cool.
know, I was telling Rob, and while we're getting off subject here real quick, I told Rob, I said, it kind of struck me as a little odd that Adrian, when Ola was asking him questions about pickups or whatever, that dude is really does not know that much about what he's using or running.
Right. Yeah.
But you know what? The guy's almost 70. So I think he's at that point in his life and his career where if it plays good, stays in tune, and sounds good, he doesn't give a shit. That's all he's looking for.
Doesn't care. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't care about a capacitor and a resistor twisted together and hidden in between coils of a pickup or something.
No, that and that dude, I know he doesn't watch the show. He messaged me last night, and I gave him a very, very long, well played, thought out, and truthfully written GFY. So there you go.
So FTG.
Definitely.
And we'll just say, if you know, you know. So we'll leave it at that. We've got, let's see, channel member El Barge is here saying good evening, guitar nerds and gear junkies. Good to see you. We've got channel member Puppy Badass. Right on. It's the Nuge. Good to see you, man. Let's see. Who else do we have hanging out? Let's see. Scrolling. We said, hey to Kush, man. We've got Stu Petty is here. His Mount Rushmore is EVH, Wolf Hoffman, Akira Takasaki, Jakey Lee, and honorable mention George Lynch. Everybody,
Akira Takasaki one time.
right?
For those of you who don't know
Japanese
who
restaurant.
he is, he was the founder and
Loudness
guitarist
guy.
of Loudness, and he's a badass.
There you go.
A ripper.
Let's see. Scrolling on down here. We said hey to Hillary. We got Wayne McConnell is here saying yo to the people. Good to see you, Wayne. Did we say hey to Stu Petty? We did, didn't we? Just a few minutes ago? Yeah. Let's see. Who else is here? Looks like it might be a light crowd tonight. Let's see, everybody talking to each other. It's good.
Only 30,000.
Only 30,000. Let's see. We got Bradley Wood is here. We got a combination of Eddie, George, Randy, Vivian, or honorable mention Matthias Jibes. There we go.
Matthias, man.
That's what I always call
Is
it.
it Matthias?
Yeah.
Let's
Those-
see.
It's like calling
Pesky
a urinal
Germans.
urinal.
Channel member Cucumber, we said hello to. Mark Spurgeon is here saying howdy to everybody. Good to see Mark.
Yep.
The one, the only Bo, Guitar Man 45, channel member, saying hey to the
Bo?
crew. Good to see you. Darboard is here saying what's up, guys. Good to see you.
What's up, Darren?
Brian Peterson chiming in saying good evening. Right on.
Brian.
Let's see.
Or as we say in Georgia, Brian.
Brian Peterson.
Brian Pearson.
Let's see. Scrolling. We said hey to Zach. Let's see. Any new? There he is. Channel member Stephen Franklin. What's up, boys? Watching the hockey game. Yeah, there is. It the final game tonight? It's all knotted up, coming right down to the end. Is that what's going on tonight?
Oilers girl got her titties out yet?
I don't know. Hey, looky here. We got channel member Blue Mox is here saying cheers
up,
to
Blue?
everybody. Good to see you, Blue. Let's see. Edward R. Newton Jr., channel member. I thought he was up there as Puppy Badass Baby.
Oh, Oh, he's got the troll account.
Oh, look at there. He's supporting the channel with 2 accounts. Right on, man. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Dan Gorman, his Mount Rushmore is EVH, 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 and EVH. There can be only one.
There you go.
Very cool, Dan. Let's see. Who else do we have? I think we are caught up with the chat with searching for tone. Channel member just kicked the door in right before we locked it. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Still searching.
Still searching. Still searching. All right. So to the topic at hand. Everybody saw the placeholder for the show, and I put my 4. So I'm going to go ahead and start my 4. And it's really a strong 3 with a 4th that kind of floats back and forth. But today, it's EVH. If it's around the right side, it just flew around the back of your head there.
No, there was like a giant boom that just happened.
Oh, I thought you meant that bug that flew. Could be that transformer just blew up and your internet's about to fail.
It's still white on the modem, so we'll see.
Flashback from Vietnam.
Right.
The fuck was that?
So my Mount Rushmore, obviously first on the mountain was EVH, Edward Van Halen, for obvious reasons. Just my inspiration to start playing guitar. Always liked watching him play. The joy that he had, on stage just kind of exuded from him. So I always enjoyed watching and appreciated his playing, phrasing, tone, everything. Next on the mountain is David Gilmour for the feel and just the overall, way that he orchestrated his solos, chord changes, whatnot. Just well put together music with a lot of feeling. I really appreciated that about his playing. My 3rd was Jerry Cantrell, the modern riff lord of our generation. No explanation really needed there. Just badass riffs, just badass playing. And then my 4th, growing up, Led Zeppelin was kind of an early introduction to me. Really, really cool riffs that I really liked. Obviously Stairway to Heaven was the big one that everybody listened to, so everybody was familiar with that. But more obscure stuff, like No Quarter, Moby Dick, all that kind of like heavy guitar riff stuff really got me. And then my honorable mention was actually the Edge of U2. I really like the way that he layers effects and comes up with his tones. Randy, you can snarl and give me the stink eye all you want, but I appreciate what he has done. Just, he's not the flashiest guitar player out there. He's not going to do your Malmsteen licks. He doesn't have that type of speed, but using what he has and the way that he puts it together, it just really
soundscapes, man.
Yes. It just always
genius.
Has impressed me. So,
yeah, but he loses points because he's in a band with Bono.
Well, sometimes you can't help, who your friends are.
Yeah.
So,
or can you imagine U2 without the Edge? You can't.
Mm-mm.
I could imagine it without Bono.
I don't know. That was kind of one of the early bands that I remember listening to as well, was U2.
Yep.
I can remember going to high school. My brother and I would get picked up by one of his buddies, and it was a little Toyota Celica that we would ride in. A little small car, but he had a really nice sound system in it. So one morning it would be, Iron Maiden, and then the next morning it would be U2 that we're jamming to, and just, I remember really, really thinking, man, this is really, really cool. The soundscape, like you said, John, of what he was doing with guitar.
Joshua Tree's like a perfect album.
Oh man, I tell you what, that album, when I bought that, I just listened to it over and over and over and over, and it was fantastic.
I could listen to it from start to finish almost any time. It's not one that I've gotten fatigued of.
Mm-hmm. my brother, who was much older than me, he was the oldest of the 8 kids. I think before it was 14, 15 years older than me.
Your dad was a prolific fucker, wasn't he?
He, he had his own taste of music, and I never thought that U2 would be one of them. And when he heard that album that I had, he was like, that is fantastic. And he went out and bought it for his own and listened to it over and over and over. So really, really cool stuff. So that's mine. Let me check in with the chat and see what kind of comments we're getting over here on that. Let's see. Channel member Steve Rezor is here as well. Good to see Steve. Let's see. Anybody else have any comments? Edward says he's just changing his name back and forth. Right on. El Barget says, okay, my Mount Rushmore of guitar heroes of mine. Johnny Winter. All right.
Good choice. Yeah.
Edward Van Halen. Okay. Richie Blackmore. All right.
Another good choice.
Jimmy Page. Right on. And his honorable mentions, SRV, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and Steve Howe. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Papa Blue is here. Good to see you, Papa. Welcome back. Always good to see you hanging out. Let's see. Stu Petty said Jerry equals a badass. Jerry Cantrell.
Yeah.
Right on.
He's got his own category, that dude.
Yeah. El Barget says true. The Bono is a minus. Yeah, well, Mr. Franklin says I'm with Randy.
Well, the problem is when you're as charismatic of a guy as he is, and then you put your politics out on the.
Yeah.
But back when I was listening to it when it was coming out, so it was the whole plight of Ireland and all this stuff, right? I didn't really associate it with roll or not any of that stuff, right? It was real independent music, right? That's the way I looked at it.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes these artists or whoever that use their platform for their political views is just like off-putting. And certainly in the past several years, that certainly has been something that Bono had done.
When was the last album that I really listened to was Optune Baby.
Yeah, same.
And then it's
well, if you had an Apple product, you got that one album for free, whether you wanted it or not.
Yeah,
that was one of the main reasons why I switched over to Android.
Yeah, you had to search for the way to get it removed off of there. And finally, they were like, okay, we'll give you this link to click and take it off. That was one of the biggest, uprisings of Apple users. Stu Petty says U2 was cool back in the day. I would agree.
Exactly. Yeah.
El Barget, early influence was Deep Purple. Telling Cushman there. Let's see. Guitar Man 45. To me, speed is a tool to use to get from one point to another to enhance and express the notes you really want heard.
Agree, my friend.
Nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Steve, he's laying it on me. He says, you listen to U2, don't ever give me crap about being a Kiss fan. Right?
Shots fired.
He's like, and I sent all that stuff to him to give away.
Fuck you. Send that shit back to me.
Right. Hey, that's why there's all types of different music, because we all have different tastes, right? All right, let's see. Mr. Resor says Mick Mars, EVH, Randy Rhoads, and Dimebag. That's a good list there.
Special. Yeah.
We're seeing a pattern here that a lot of the EVH up there. Hey, look at here. We got Quentin, Guitar Talk Universe. He's got on the Mount Rushmore, he's got brothers Angus and Malcolm. He's got Nuno. He's got George. And then he's got honorable mention EVH. Papa Blue says Randy Rhoads, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Gary Moore, Nuno. Right on. Let's see. Stu Petty says, forgot about Angus and Malcolm. Yeah.
You can always change it. That's the wonderful thing about
it. You can always change it up. Yep. Also, I heavily listened to AC/DC, so Angus. Right on. Blue Mox is coming in with Jerry Cantrell. Marty Friedman,
That's a
Kurt
good choice.
Whammett, and Eddie. Right on, man. Let's see. Hey, look here. We got Cindy Z is here. Good to see you, Cindy. Welcome in.
Cindy.
And we need to say welcome to Quentin, obviously. It says, didn't Bono ski into a tree?
Yeah, Sonny Bono.
Sonny Bono. All right, Zach Thong piping up. My Mount Rushmore. Number 1, Jimi Hendrix. Number 2, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Number 3, EVH. 4, Prince. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Yeah. And then Jimmy Page, honorable mention. Eric Clapton, honorable mention. And John Mayer is an honorable mention. Right on. Very cool. Yeah, I didn't even think about Prince. Prince, obviously a phenomenal guitar player. Looky here. Channel member Andy Carson. Favorite firefighter from Chattanooga, number 5. Welcome in, Andy. Always good to see you, man. Let's see. Buzzing Frets is here. He's chiming in with Blackmore, George Lynch, Malmsteen, and Jake E. Lee.
Yeah, Jake.
All these good guitar players. Cindy says, love Gary Moore and Snowy White. You got 2 more. Let's see. Brian Peterson says, EVH, Nuno, Luke, and Gilmore. Yeah, forget about Luke as well. He was always kind of behind the scenes, you know. The music was more up front than he was, you know. But yeah, that's a good choice. Very good choice. Let's just LRJ just sums it up. There's so much I get influences by a lot that I just love the guitar. Nothing wrong with that. Sova says I could do a Mount Rushmore on just blues guitarist, thrash, and then metal, hard rock, but not a new metal. Let's see.
Oh, Sova was a big Spirit Box fan.
Let's see. Puppy Monkey Baby says, going to put out a small video, going to try to start my own YouTube channel with Evie Mux, hoping to get some subs where you can hang out with me and talk about guitars. Right on, man. Jump into the pool, man. There's only about 8,000 of us trying to do it. You good luck finding your time slot, but that'd be cool. Right on, man. Wish you luck with it. Let's see. Cushman NYC says Eddie, Jimmy Page, Angus Young, Richie Blackmore. Some good choices.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put a pin right here. And before we carry on with the chat, I'm going to turn it over to Randy. What's yours?
Randy.
Randy, I am the liquor.
Are you a little drinky poo?
Let's see. My Mount Rushmore. That's it's pretty obvious. Quentin James.
Okay. All right. Yep. Flock of Seagulls.
I don't know why. No, that fuck them. Quentin James, that kid from Hanson.
Okay. Yeah. The one that stomped the frog, actually.
Yeah, that guy.
Lil Wayne.
We're talking my list, not yours.
Corey Feldman.
The Jonas Brothers.
Madonna. And
Madonna.
Taylor
She's
Swift.
awesome. Or was.
nah. No, obviously the number 1 slot, the biggest head on the mountains, Edward, because he's the GOAT. I mean, dude changed my life, so. And then I'm trying to remember what the hell I said on 40 Grit show, so it's like the same.
so people don't go back and watch it and go, he changed
Yeah, I mean,
his mind.
my Mount Rushmore is like always the guys that influenced me early on, you know.
Yeah, it's rotating. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's Ed, and for obvious reasons, Cantrell, and no, yes and no. Gary Moore, just because I feel like Gary Moore gets so overlooked in the U.S. because he was nowhere near as big here as he was in Europe and Asia. But I love his 80s hard rock stuff. And he would play his 80s shred hard rock licks in his blues career. And the dude was a wild man. Yeah. Just insane vibrato, just insanely fast. And, you know, Quentin wants to get on my ass about not using my pinky. Dude, Gary Moore rarely used his pinky or his ring finger. I mean, he would play just like blisteringly fast crap with 2 fingers. I mean, the dude was just a wild man. And then Mark Tremonti.
2 fingers is hell at 90 miles an hour.
That's right.
I'm told.
That's right.
Yeah, that Mark Tremonti is a criminally underrated guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
At least my impressions of him were until he
yeah.
really enlightened me on that dude.
I think that list actually matches what you said over on Mike's channel.
And then the honorable mentions, I mean, that's Hetfield and Hammett, because, I mean, Hetfield had a more of an impact on my rhythm guitar playing than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I spent years and hours playing along to Master of Puppets record and Injustice for All and all that stuff, and just developing that downstroke, being able to downstroke super fast and tight. And
we talking about guitar downstroke?
Yes.
Right on. All right, let's get back to the chat. I think we left off at Cushman. He said Eddie, Jimmy Page, Angus Young, Richie Blackmore, El Bourget. So many get left out because of popularity rather than merit. This is true. Let's see. Hey, look at here. Channel member Boner Jams coming in with his list. He says Dimebag, Ollie Herbert from All That Remains.
Rest in peace.
Jim Root of Slipknot. And look at here. How sweet. Jay Hannon of Jizmachi. Jizmachi. Yep.
Gay Hannon of Jizmachi.
Good to see you, Boner.
I crack myself up sometimes. Gay Hannon job of Jizmachi.
Bo says that the mountain has to be much bigger. Can put at least 15 up there. There are a lot of greats that influenced me. Many from early days, like Albert King, B.B. King, Steve Howe, Steve Morse, Muddy Waters. Can go on and on and on. Yeah, we all can go on and on and on. But you know, you got to have like a top 3, top 4.
The mountain really isn't made of stone. It's more like Play-Doh.
Some Dave Dude channel member is here. Right on. Good to see you, man. He says, Dimebag, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Randy Rhoads, Zach Wilde, and honorable mention, Dave Murray.
You gotta give him the Dave Murray. That's another honorable mention is Adrian Smith and Dave Murray of Iron Maiden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're great.
They were pretty prolific on me as a teenager.
El Bourget is throwing Rick Derringer up there. R.I.P.
Rip.
Let's see. Mike G is here chiming in. He says, number 1, Alex Lifeson. That's a good one.
He's super underrated in the guitar world.
David Gilmour, Clapton, and Jerry Reed. That's one that you don't hear, but a phenomenal guitar player. Who was the other guy that was on Roy Clark?
Roy Clark?
Yeah.
Roy Clark was a
freaking phenomenal guitar player.
Yeah.
So let's see. Here he is, Andy Carson chiming in. He's got it. EVH, Prince, number 2 on his list. That's 2 Prince tonight. Eric Johnson, Roy Gallagher, and honorable mention Paul Gilbert, top 5. Right on, man. Cool. Let's see. El Bourget throwing in another one. Zappa. He's going to have 15 to 20 on his by the time we get done tonight.
Frank or Dweezil? Or Moon?
Both.
Or
yeah,
Arnett,
right.
Or Star Child, or whatever the fuck.
Didn't they
their
have one
names
called Orbit or something?
Yeah, Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers,
Right.
Zappa, and
Some Dave Dude is amending his list to include Corey Feldman, the great Corey Feldman. Boner says that Randy's is actually Quentin, Johnny Bean, Lazatron, and Colonel Mully. Let's see. Mike G. Did we say hey to Mike G? I think we did. Let's see. Channel member Hugh Caldwell is here saying, have you ever heard Larry Carlton solo on Point It Up?
Absolutely, man. It's on my work rotation.
There you go.
At work.
I may have to pull that up and refresh my memory on that one. I'm pretty sure I've heard it. Larry Carlton, that's the dude that Jay Hannon looks up to, right?
Oh, that's Larry Mitchell.
That's Mitchell.
Larry Mitchell. Okay. Got that one confused.
It happened on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, could be. William De Silva, Big Bad Bill, is Sweet William now. Says Gilmore, Dimebag, Cantrell, Luke, and Jagger.
Mick Jagger.
Yummy old Jaeger.
Walk.
Hi, I am Dr. Jagger.
Hi.
I'm heebly hoobly.
I don't know who that is. Jagger?
That dude's fucking awesome. I'm talking about Yuji.
Yeah, he is awesome.
Hell gay.
Those says just put the Spice Girls up there. No, you can put them on yours. Let's see. Sova says, don't forget Lucky from Big Mountain, Fudge Cape, RFP. Let's see. Chuck C, channel member. He's also throwing Corey Feldman. Wow, that's 2 Corey Feldmans tonight. Jeez.
Well, technically, Lucky.
Run for his money.
Technically, Lucky is Tom Petty. So there's a King of the Hill reference that Sova made mention of.
Cindy Z throwing up her third is Zach Wild. Right on.
Zach's good.
William De Silva throwing Edward up. Cucumber. A check for Jerry. Right on. Let's see. Forgot Robin Trower, says Elbar J. Yep. I was wondering. I was waiting to see who was going to throw that one up there. Steve Rezor. He says, HM, I guess here's mine.
His Majesty.
Oh, His Majesty, Jimmy Page. Jakey Lee. Prince, there's the third one. And honorable mention is Quentin Effin James's keyboard.
Free of charge.
Let's see. Bo says, that's a good idea to put the hot chicks up there and you get lots of views. This is true. Arf is here. Good to see you, Arf. BB King, who influenced everyone, and I like him. Jimmy, EVH, maybe Zappa, and so many others. Right on. But, you did pick a couple that came to mind that you're like, yeah, these are on top. So, let's see. Hugh is piping in with Steve Morse, Hendrix, and Eddie. You got one more. Channel member Boner Jams. I'm a big downstroke guy. This just in. Boner Jams reporting from Under the Bus Network that he is a big downstroke guy. I don't know how you continue to do downstrokes unless you have an upstroke, but more on that later as it develops.
The upstroke's just like a reset.
It's just a reset. But it's almost like a waste if you're not doing anything because you're going that way anyway, right? You might as well use it. I don't know. Stu Petty, how old are you guys? Old.
AF.
Yes. Let's see.
Speak for yourself.
We can go back to those that started it all. Django, Charlie, Christian, BB King.
Yep, you can.
More of a deep stroke feller. Stan Mucha is here saying, hey guys, good to see you, Stan. Welcome in.
Stan.
Cindy Z has finished hers out with Joe Satriani. Right on.
Another good choice.
Mr. Franklin coming back in with EVH, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Dave Murray, Richie Blackmore, and an honorable mention, George Lynch. Right on. Let's see. And the list will change always.
Of course.
Cindy's agreeing. Roy Clark. Right on. Hugh says country guys like Brent Mason are great.
Yeah.
That's like Sova said, man. You could do one for each genre of music. So many great guitarists. But, individually, though, we all have those top couple of guitar players that are in that genre or genres that we all kind of like. Let's see. Bo says Roy Gallagher, seen him live once. Awesome. Who have you not seen live, Bo?
I thought you would have played with that guy.
Right? Yeah. Moon Zappa.
Yeah.
Moon Unit. That's right. Yeah, Moon Unit, right? Cushman John Sykes was awesome. William says Luke Yager was Sleep Terror. I honestly have never heard of him. I guess I've been under a rock. Look at here, who is alive and well, channel member Nelson Rodriguez. This just in, everybody. Contrary to popular belief, Nelson Rodriguez is still alive. Alive and well, in fact. He's been seen in many of the YouTube chats recently and within the past few weeks. More on this later. Tomorrow night on the Under the Bus Network, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, as the story develops. Channel member Arkansas is here saying hey to everybody. Good to see you, Arky. Right on.
What's up?
Short-lived, but Jason Becker was a phenomenal player, says Andy.
Yep.
Well, he's still alive, but he's not playing.
Is he?
Nelson says Terry Funk, Harley Race, Sabu, and Dusty Rhodes. Are those your favorite wrestlers?
Yeah, Dusty Rhodes kind of sounds like a porn star.
Right.
In the 80s.
Oh, man. Let's see. I didn't read his comment here. The first one, Elmore, James, Buddy Guy, Albert Collins, Lightning Hopkins. But yes, I dig Jerry Reed, the Clawman. That's a good stuff. Right on. Good to see you here, Nelson. Thanks for being here, man. Let's see. Blue Mox, not on my list, but Robert Johnson, Crossroads. A good listen for any guitar player, in my humble opinion.
Not gonna hurt.
Auberge, Danny Gatton in country. Cindy says Samantha Fish is amazing too.
Don't know her.
Nuge says Seeger and ZZ Top. Yeah, Billy Gibbons right up there, man.
Yeah, he's great.
Brian Peterson's throwing out Steve Vai. Stephen Franklin says just omit Zappa with the Moon Unit, I guess.
No, Amit is a Zappa. That's
Oh,
a dude.
is
It's one of the Zappa clan. Yeah.
I had no idea. Let's
Lesser
see.
known Zappa.
Right. Sova says guys like Roy Clark or the guitarist from the Muscle Shoals studio. Right on. Arky throwing a little something out for us tonight. Thank you, Arky. A little super sticker of a pear character lying on its side, raising his arms while saying, "How's it going?" It's going. Is that sort of like a "How you doing"? Is that what that was? Thank you, Arky. We appreciate your channel support.
Good time.
Bo says, "Sorry, Ryan, just a rocker had rock and roll transfusion in the late 70s."
Good.
No need to be sorry about that. Let's see. Nelson Rodriguez reporting, hell yeah, bro, because of his Viagra pill that he has taken there. We've got Rene Fernandez is here. Says, hey guys, always a pleasure to see you. Right on, man. Thanks for being here in the chat. We appreciate you showing up.
Yeah, man.
Let's see. Blue Mox also enjoyed George Thorogood. Right on. So let's put a pin right there. And we'll mosey on over to Jimmy and get his Mount Rushmore. All right, thank you, Jimmy. Moving right along.
If you feel so inclined, we wouldn't want to have you drag it out of you. You know, you're Mount Rushmore on your terms, Jimmy.
Yes, just whenever we can go to John first if you want us to come
Lee,
back.
Sykes, Lynch, Satch.
Who
There
was
you
the
go.
first one?
Lee, Jakey Lee,
Jake Ely.
Jakey Lee. Yeah.
Lee, Sykes, Satch,
Lynch, Satch.
Lynch.
LSLS.
and Satch. Right on. Any particular reason? That's just who it is. And we're lucky that we got that out of
That's
him.
who it is right
Exactly.
now.
I was gonna say.
I mean, obviously, I am an eternal fan of the Badlands albums.
Yeah.
Voodoo Highway, the song Silver Horses.
Yeah.
I fucking love that song. I really love players that can purvey a feeling without chugging, or that can write a whole album without chugging.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Well, no, but I mean, it's definitely something that's much harder to do.
Yeah.
So who was the one player? Was it Jakey Lee that made you pick up a guitar?
No.
No? So what was the reason that you picked up a guitar?
Well, the reason was the song Orion.
Okay.
Amazing. Ironically, there's chugging in that.
Right.
I mean, but that was, back in 86.
80, when was that?
Right.
83?
86, he just said, is when he picked up a
86?
guitar.
I don't know. I don't have my microphone loud enough, or my headphones loud enough, because Jimmy certainly is speaking loud enough and directly into the mic.
Yes, as always. Yes. Well, thank you, Jimmy, for your list. We thoroughly enjoyed gathering that
Sykes,
information.
who not only was a phenomenal guitar player, but he was a hell of a singer. That dude had a hell of a voice on him. And I always say, if I could have somebody's talent for one day, it would be John Sykes.
Right.
I mean, he could do both.
I
thought Sykes was a better singer than Coverdale.
Well, I was going to say, wasn't there a little bit of animosity between the two because of that?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Did he do all the singing on the Blue Murder stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. Let's see. So we ended with Blue Monks enjoying George Thorogood. Flash of Brilliance, that was too short. I guess that was Jason Becker. De Silva says Chris Hayes from Huey Lewis was a great player too. Right on. But is he on a Mount Rushmore? I mean,
Could be on Williams.
he could be. He could be. Let's see. Lee says, I saw George T. He does that same riff over and over for hours. Thorogood. But that's because he's bad to the bone.
He wants bourbon, scotch, and beer.
Right. One bourbon, one scotch, and one beer.
Saturday came.
Franklin wants to know, Arky, did you do a shot with that $5?
Yeah, you get a self-induced shottage.
Right. We got 60,000 watching in the house. Thanks for everybody that's here and hanging out.
Cool.
Zach Thong throwing it out. Also on my list, Chet Atkins.
Yes.
Chet Atkins. Tommy Emmanuel, David Gilmore / Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Neil Young, and James Taylor.
James
Sorry.
is a ripper, man.
Yeah, James Taylor.
Tommy Emmanuel, that guy is sick.
I won tickets to go see James Taylor from a radio station back in the 90s. And we probably got through about 5 songs.
You left.
And I got up and left. Yeah, all of them were sounding the same. He yeah. He's got some cool songs, but after a while they all start sounding the same. But anyway. Let's see. Dahlia Mendez is here. Good to see you, Dahlia. Says, hi, all you amazing me. You are amazing. Let's see.
Marvelous.
Wall of Cries is here just to blame Randy for something. Who knows? Let's see. Scrolling on down. Mount Shredmore. That's what we should call it, yeah. We got a Mount Shredmore, then a Mount Thrash, Mount Country, Cowgirl Mount, Donkey Mount. Oh, never mind. Oh, my mind went elsewhere there for a minute. Let's see. Arf, he's always complaining that he can't hear Jimmy or John very well.
I'm leaning back. I've been pretty diligent about.
Fucking mic's 4 inches in front of my face.
have an opinion on the audio level of my voice.
Right. Hugh says nobody mentioned Richie Blackmore.
Yes.
Have we not? I thought somebody did. Yeah, somebody did back before you came in. Definitely deserves to be on somebody's list. Nelson says, I thought it was a Frisbee. I've been typing that to my kid's teacher. I'm in trouble now. Well, it obviously was a Frisbee, but just for comical value, I turned it into a Viagra. So Stu Petty says that Jake is badass. We've got channel member Rico is here on his Mount Rushmore, or Rico. I don't know if that's a he or she, so my apologies. We'll just say on Rico's list is Hendrix, Page, EVH, and David Gilmour for just pure skill, in my opinion. So he has 3 of the same that I have, with the exception of Hendrix being replaced by Cantrell for me. So good list there. Renee Paul Gilbert was my inspiration. Right on.
Cool.
Mr. Franklin says my honorable mention, the guitar duo of Ron Wood and Q. No. You looking to get banned, Stephen?
Stormbreaker, you need to rewind.
Yeah, for a former channel member, Stephen Franklin. No. Mr. Franklin is jesting and poking at me. He knows that I don't care for the Stones. I don't know what it is, but something about whenever they come on the radio, it's irritating to me. I mean, it irritates, my ears.
Some bands are like that, like the Doors. There's no reason why I should hate the Doors. I fucking hate them. Hate them. Like almost angry hate.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I was on what was I? I can't remember what I was doing, but the Stones was playing in the background. I was talking to somebody or something, and I was like, hang on. And I had to change it because it was just irritating. It wasn't really in my direct attention, but I could hear it. Yeah, it hurts my ears for whatever reason.
Is it modern or all of it? Anything to do with the Stones you don't like?
Any of it. Yep, any of it.
Really, eh?
Yep. We got the 80s kid is here, starting it off with Eddie Van Halen, right on. Randy Rhoads, Dimebag, and Jimmy Page. Awesome list. Of course, you would expect that from an 80s kid.
You would think.
Robert Johnson, another honorable mention. Mississippi John Hurt. Stormbringer is here. That may be the boom that you heard, Randy, when Stormbringer came in. Opened up the door.
He needs to rewind.
Michael Schenker, no, or Tony.
Any mentions of Yngwie? Yes. Michael Schenker, no, and Tommy Iommi.
Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yingawing. Went to Burger King. Is that what you said?
No, the Donut King.
Oh, the Donut King.
Don't eat no fucking donuts.
Stu Petty is agreeing with Jimmy about something. I don't remember what that may have been, but
John Sykes.
there you go. Let's see. Dimebag has been mentioned a couple times. Let's see. Scrolling. ARF has a Robert Fripp. Right on. Let's see. Wayne McConnell. I can't get the song "I'm Gonna Ride" by the Dead Daisies out of my head, but somehow I don't mind.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, if you don't mind, then. At least his first kiss at A. Jackson Brown concert. Oh, sigh. William says, so many great players that never get heard of. Example, Paul Green, local player here in Eugene that's super good. Transcribes covers into different open tunings and rips. See, you've discovered our secret, William, is that the whole point of this channel is to inspire people to pick up a guitar and play. And also, on Tuesday nights, we talk about different topics, and sometimes it'll be about riffs like we did last week. So riffs that people haven't heard of, and they've heard us play, they'll go out and they'll venture and they'll find that. And a lot of these names that some of us haven't heard tonight, people will begin to look them up, listen to different varieties of music. So you have discovered our secret. Let's see. Coli says, what about Steve Lukather? He was mentioned earlier. Tommy Tedesco, wasn't he a porn star? Joe Pass, awesome. Paul Martino, wasn't he in Karate Kid?
Pat Martino, yeah.
Pat, yeah. And Randy Price. I've never heard of that dude. Yeah. F that guy.
I did one clean 5-string sweep where you could hear all the notes, and now I'm on somebody's Mount Rushmore.
Hey, take the compliment.
First and last, baby.
That's how.
Hugh says, I heard Tommy Emmanuel's, whatever that is, Matin Acoustic Unplugged. It sounded weak and thin, but plugged in and with his skill, boom.
Yeah. That guy is just on another world when it comes to acoustic playing.
Stormbringer says, Tommy Bolin. No. Anybody?
No,
Anybody? No. Gary Moore, he's been mentioned. Yep.
I like this.
Frank Marino, yeah, he was a good quarterback.
Just 2 seconds ago, yeah.
Well, this was 5 minutes ago in the chat. Han 36 Solo is here with us tonight. Right on, good to see you, man.
See, this dude gets it.
Saying hey to the crew. This is his Mount Rushmore. John DeShane, Jimmy Biter, myself, and Randy Price. On.
His Mount Rushmore must be like a little river rock in the front yard or something.
Right. There's a little pebble out there in the front. Mel Johnson is here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Brad Gillis and Jeff Watson.
Interesting.
You got two more. Hard to forget Hendrix, but I did. Yeah. Hendrix is another one that got some cool stuff I listen to, but I'm not as enthralled as many people are with Hendrix. Let's see. Bo says, can I put myself up there along with 3 of my guitars? Hopefully no one will throw shit at it. Sure, man. Honorable mention, says Rico, of Denny Diaz from Steely Dan. Right on.
That's awesome. I put myself on my own Rushmore.
Right. Hey, you got to respect the confidence, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I look forward to hearing this.
Sova's a big Greb Tribbett fan, he says. Right on. What's wrong with Jim Morrison, says Rico.
He's dead.
I don't know. Well, no, I don't know. The whole thing just is a massive turnoff to me.
Arf says that he was like that with Journey. I'm assuming my description of how I am with Rolling Stones is what he's talking about. Journey was actually my first concert that I ever went to. 1986. I think I still got the ticket stub somewhere. Raised on Radio. Let's see. Nelson Rodriguez coming in with Robbie Krieger does have a cool style. He's widely overlooked. He has an acid rock slide, finger plucking blues, and that's a lot to say for a style.
He'd only been playing guitar like fucking 6 months when the Doors started.
Right.
So
yeah. Yep. Hugh says Alice in Chains was not that big in the UK, which still baffles me.
They didn't tour Europe as much as they did here.
Mm-hmm.
Same reason Van Halen was nowhere. That's why Van Halen had to open for fucking Bon Jovi. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Let's see. Well, I'm not surprised. Stephen Franklin says he's surprised that nobody has mentioned Slash. I respect what Slash has done, but a Mount Rushmore, not for me.
For some people, yeah. But
for some, yeah. Yep. Let's see. De Silva says Justin McKinney from Zenith Passage. If you know, you know. I don't know. Rico says, I think Slash is pretty shit.
Shit. That's all you had to say.
Stormbringer, Akira Takasaki. Yep. Yeah, we drank some of that earlier.
Player was my sushi chef back in high school.
Arky says, I love Slash, personally.
You would, Arky.
Yeah. Arky loves everybody. All right, Steve Razor says Roy Clark, Jerry Reed, Justin Johnson, Billy Strings, Keith Urban.
Different take. That's pretty cool.
Yep. Got to respect all of them. Let's see. Brian Peterson says Stones fans do not play any instruments. There we go.
That's not true. I like the Stones. They sort of half-ass play an instrument.
He says that
Stones fan.
Terry Kath was fire back in the day.
Dead.
Is he okay? When did they put him out?
He dead, so.
Well, I'm just going to say this. We all could have done without the Dancing in the Streets video with Jagger and David Bowie.
Yeah.
It was the 80s, man.
Or Start Me Up. That's pretty bad, too.
All right. The Nuge has 4 more that I think are up there that inspires me. Randy, Ryan, John, and Jimmy. Right on, man.
That's awesome.
We appreciate the compliments, but we know y'all are full of shit.
Shit. That's why he said inspipers instead of inspires.
Right. Okay. This just in.
Must be Quentin.
This just in from Christopher Livesilver. Says, I am going off tomorrow on Under the Bus about the state of metal bands like Sleep Token, Ghost, Volbeat, and others that just suck on trannies wee-wees.
Pennies.
More on that as it develops on Under the Bus tomorrow night,
Tell us how you
Wednesdays,
really feel, Chris.
9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I'm with you. Like, Sleep Token's dog shit. I do not understand the fascination with them. Volbeat, I'll give you now. That first album they did with Rob Caggiano on lead guitar was pretty fucking dope. I mean, there's some great guitar playing on that album. And then the other one you
What's
said
up, Way Up, dude? Welcome in. Let's see.
Avatar, man.
Yeah, gotta love it. Let's see.
Low-hanging fruit.
Two ripe tomatoes.
Stormberger says, probably never heard of Kelly Simons. He can play. Is it Simons or Simmons?
It was
Don't know.
Simmons. I would figure it'd have 2 M's.
Dean Vance, welcome in. Says, hey, cool Mount Rushmore picture. It's just like 40 grits. It's close. It's
Did we
close.
rip it off?
No, I mean, that's kind of a general saying, in the guitar community. Who's your Mount Rushmore?
Right.
It wouldn't make much sense to say, what's your Stonehenge?
Right.
Well, that's not true. You could get more guys in there.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, but, I mean, there's...
What's your Area 51?
Yeah.
Nigel Tufnell. Don't even look at it.
It goes to 11. It goes to 11.
Don't even look at it.
Don't even look. It's still got the tags on it.
Nope. Turn around.
Chuck C, channel member, says, Jakey Lee, Randy Rhodes, Mark Knopfler. Mark Knopfler is one,
Yeah.
See, all these guitar players that we forget about. So, Sean plays guitar. Channel member is here. Welcome in. He says, hey, dudes. Good to see you, man.
Hey, Sean.
Blue Mox, throwing a little love back. He says, the channel has inspired me. I went from total beginner, again, to noob, shredder, improviser in the past 3 years.
Ooh, so
Right
you
on, man.
You ever gonna come back on here?
Yeah, I need to get you back. Saturday
Hey, we got
nights,
Jeff H.
everybody.
on the other last
Yep.
week. That was
Yep.
awesome.
The Saturday night show seems to have been a hit. It has the most views that we've had on a live stream in quite some time. So thank you to everybody that hung out last Saturday night with us. And anybody that's here tonight watching replay, thanks for coming and checking it out again. And a lot of appreciation for everybody that, without everybody coming and chatting and watching the shows, it wouldn't be anything. So big shout out and thank you to everybody.
Be like Ryan and myself and Andy in Guitar Center.
Right.
There wasn't nobody here.
Yeah. We all three were entertaining each other though, I think. Or
Yeah,
at least,
I think we had a great time.
At least ourselves. Appreciate you, Blue. Let's see. All right, Sova is carrying on with his rant. He says they all have these effing masks on or some other gimmick other than talented musicians.
Don't tell any Sleep Token fans that. They get real fucking butthurt.
I mean,
they're all masks.
One thing that I appreciate about Sova is that he does not hold back. He speaks his mind. He says it like it is. Some of us have to be more political, you know, and watch what we say. But Sova lets it loose. Maybe we should have a new show.
Sova tells it all.
We should get our time slot back on Sunday, and it's Sova Sundays.
That'd be good.
Get Sova on the panel and just
Sova
say,
live from the road.
Here's your soapbox. Go. Right on. Let's see. Mr. Franklin is asking at Randy Price, do you still have your EVH Frankenstrat?
No.
But you do have the Black Relic, right?
I do have that one. That's black and yellow.
Yeah.
That I've converted. And then I've got the 84 Kramer replica. But no, as for my EVH Frankenstrat, no, I sold that some years ago. Probably about 3 years ago.
Right on, Cindy. How old were you at that concert? Obviously, you don't have to answer that.
Okay, Blue Monks.
She was none of your fucking business.
Right. I'm trying to remember how old I was.
Hell, what's his face asked how old we all were earlier, and you're like, old enough.
Right.
What was your tax return last year, Mr. Robertson?
What was your social security number on the top of that?
38.
I'm trying to think that
How
was
much did all those guitars cost?
Yeah.
right.
I'm the only dude on this
that's
panel
the blue
whose
special.
age
Oh, that's a nice
doesn't
sir.
start
How much
with a
was
5.
I must have been 15 or 16 when that concert came around. So you do the math. Figure it out. Let's see.
Half a hundo. At least.
Let's see. Sean plays guitar. Says, my favorites, not necessarily who I think are the best. Well, see, that's what this is all about. Your favorites on your Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
Right.
Claudio Sanchez, otherwise known as Dirty Sanchez.
That's his brother, Dirty.
Dirty, right. Jimi Hendrix. Joe Perry. Or Joe Perry.
Jean Patty.
Oh, oui. Joe Patty.
Joe Perry. And Mike Campbell. Right on.
His brother, Hot Carl.
Oh, man. Let's see. Lee says some good stuff Slash, but too many others can fill those shoes. Andy Carson's running out of here. That was 8 minutes ago. He's probably back already. It may have been a false alarm. Hope he's being safe.
He's got to go shoot a cat out of a tree.
Yeah, let's see.
You gotta go Narcan, the same duty Narcan 3 days ago.
All right, here's the ultimate list from Hugh. It says Lil Wayne, Ryan Gosling, Corey Feldman, and Johnny Depp.
There we go.
I tell you what, that sounded like a motley crew there.
Forgot Steven Seagal.
Oh, yeah. His fucking Caribbean album was awesome.
Way up dude for the sexiest guitar player, that would be Randy. You got you a fan, Randy. Yeah.
No homo.
I'll let you touch it for $10 super chat.
Rico says Riley Reid is pretty great. Isn't she a porn star?
Yeah.
He likes it in the butt.
Let's see. Hugh Caldwell's claim to fame. Mark Knopfler was born in the same hospital as he was. Just saying. Did any of that talent rub off?
Yeah. No, they accidentally threw the afterbirth away before they could rub it all over him.
Actually, Hugh had a video that was played on Laurie's Mishmash show. It was Brothers in Arms that he was playing.
Favorite.
Yeah. And really, really good rendition. So I wish I had a link to it. I would put it here where we could have everybody go and check it out. Let's see. That was what, 3-4 weeks ago, Hugh? Somewhere around there. So just go back to Laurie's channel and watch that. Really, really good rendition. Dan Gorman, Brian May. Yeah, Sir Brian May. Let's see. Arky says that's awesome to hear. I don't know what that's about.
Sorry you started poker too late last night.
Sova says
for 10 seconds. Did you jump in, Randy?
No, I was already in the bed.
Right, yeah.
Sova says the dude I heard first throw down a guitar solo was Alvin Lee of 10 years after. Going home from Woodstock Festival. Listen in if you've never heard it.
That's
right
awesome.
On.
Yeah.
Good recommendation there. Sean plays guitar. If Saturday is going to be regular, it is. It's permanent. I'd love to jam on that one sometime. Sundays are something I can never, ever make because we do family stuff. And another reason we moved over to the party slot of Saturday night.
Just feels so much better temporally, even in the weekend.
Yeah. Yep.
I was so happy teasing Steve and Quentin on Sunday. I was driving to the grocery store, enjoying the day. It was beautiful.
Let's see. Wayne McConnell, watching all of you dudes has inspired my playing immensely. Thank you all. Thank you, man. We appreciate it. Yeah. Cool. That's all there is, man. Keep playing, man. Keep playing. Sova says, I have been thinking of a show. Right on, man. Well, I would watch it. I would watch it for sure.
For sure.
You know, special guests, get Boner Jams on there, get, some of the Under the Bus boys on, maybe get Caleb on there interviewing. I'd watch.
Get along really well.
I'd watch that.
I would pay for that.
Yes, I would. I'd get a channel membership just to watch.
First guest, Ben Coombs.
We love everybody. We're Switzerland, man. We're Switzerland.
That's right, Switzy.
He says, effing love Tuesdays again. See MAGA in motion. MAGA. Just took a couple years. Let's see. Hugh says, I love what you guys are doing with the channel. Guitar goodness. Right on, man. Thank you for being here and supporting. As Rob says, the evil that men do. Pun intended.
Fucking listen to that song on the way home.
Let's see. Yostinator. What's up, Yosty?
Yo.
Toasty Yosty. Look what the cat dragged in. Wasabi Rockers. Is that a reference to your favorite Poison album?
Akira Takasaki Wasabi Rocker.
Let's see.
Introducing the Wasabi Rocker, Akira Takasaki.
Sean plays guitar, says, I'm also a huge fan of Nick Paris, who does spell his name with an I. Got them mixed up.
Wasn't that the dude that was in like Silvertide, and I think he was in Shinedown for about 30 seconds, and yeah.
Thank you, Arky. There's Lori's link to her channel, so you can go and check back. I think it was 3 or 4 shows back, maybe further than that. You can check out Hugh playing the Brothers in Arms, Dire Straits. Good times. Let's see. Scrolling. Let's he's got Ben Coombs as his first guest. I guess that's what you saw, Randy.
No, I didn't even see that.
With the remote in from Caleb.
Let's say hello to our channel member Charles Green. Saying hey to everybody. Good to see you, Charles. Right on.
Chuck.
We're going to put a pin in the chat right there, and we're going to turn it over to John DeShane, the greatest guitar player on YouTube, to see what his Mount Rushmore is.
I think I'll do my current Mount Rushmore because I've always had the EVH and the Gilmore and the Knopfler, but it's not really relevant for what I listen to these days.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would go with Al Di Meola. I listen to him quite a bit. Eric Johnson.
Okay.
Listen to him an awful lot. Chris Buck. You guys know who he is?
Mm-hmm.
Is he related to Peter Buck?
Does he give a fuck?
Exactly. No, he's a really cool player from the UK. Andy Wood. I'm listening to a ton of Andy Wood.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the honorable mention would be Guthrie, of course. Guthrie Govan.
Fuck that guy.
Govan or Govan?
I call him Guthrie Govan.
Hello.
He's French.
My name is
He stinks like a hippie. He's the type of guy that looks like he smells pretty bad. Yeah?
Right.
You smell, or I smell like you look.
Right? You smell exactly like you look, dude.
He smokes fucking drum cigarettes, you know, the little rollies. And fuck that guy. Yeah, he's just otherworldly talented.
Blue Mox sending out his 19-month membership chat. Loving the guitar journey, crew, and chats. Right on, Blue. We appreciate you, buddy. Let's see. Checking out the chat to see what else is going on now. Let's see. I think we've already covered most everybody's. Mount Rushmore.
Apparently, Wall of Cries had a list in there somewheres.
Do we care?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that it's probably going to be half bullshit because he couldn't name their songs without Google.
It's like the kids that wear the T-shirt and people walk up and go, "What's your favorite Nirvana song?" And they're like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
Let's see if I can
Your
find
favorite
it.
Misfit song.
Boom.
While you're looking for it, all right. He's
There
got
it is.
Wall of Cries says Eddie, of course, BB King, Jeff Healey, and Jerry Cantrell.
He couldn't name a BB King or Jeff Healey tune without Google.
I was gonna say,
Can't you see the light shining?
I don't know. He might could. I've never ever heard him make any mention of BB King or Jeff Healey.
right. What was the one Jeff Healey song? It was the Eyes of an Angel or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, he was in Roadhouse, man.
Right.
Roadhouse.
Nelson Rodriguez says, as the chat rolls on, I have a more modern list, I suppose. Right on. He's got Ace, Peter Frampton, Buckethead, and Al Diamola, and a little place for the Sean Lane exhibit guitar.
Well, Ace Frehley's 70 plus. Peter Frampton 70 plus. Our big pal Al is pushing 70.
Yeah, that's more modern.
Oh, it's
sure.
an updated list for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that would be cool, you know, because I was thinking about it. It's like it's the same old shit because we've done this 4 or 5 times. It's like, who's your, you know, the last 6 months? Who is it? Because it's different than.
You know, I hate to say it, but it's not for me. I get stuck, and I hate to say that. There's new music that I appreciate, but there is nothing like the music that I grew up on. And I think it was because it was in such the formative years of my youth, you know.
Right.
It was like ingrained. This is the music that I want to listen to, and nothing else compares to it now.
Right.
I really couldn't tell you who like the modern, what is that, polyphony and whatever
guys, yeah.
all these guitar players are. I'm kind of stuck back where, you know, my youth development was.
Right.
Oh, Silva.
Would put it, tranny weenie suckers.
Jeez.
Silva says Mushroom Head was the loudest concert ever heard of in a club, and it's like, well, ain't that new metal, bruh? that's a Wall of Cries band right there, man. He loves some Mushroom Head.
So De Silva says, anybody mention guacamole?
Guacamole?
I like that on chips. It's good. Squeeze a little lime in it.
Fuck, I love guacamole.
You know, can you get the rolled Giacomo with like the prosciutto and the fresh mutts?
Let's see.
Prince played like 91 different instruments.
Good player though. Fucking hell, you.
Nelson has, he said, that's my revised list. Al is hot shit, man. Modern choices. Let's see.
Modern
Rob
guys?
says, headlining the Japanese rock music festival, Cream of Somyongai.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
A cup of Asaka Rakasaka from Loudness.
Konnichiwa.
Accompanied by his girlfriend, Somyong-ho.
That was awesome.
Oh, you Americans have big penises. Oh, yeah.
We're so getting canceled.
I love it, Randy. That came out of nowhere.
What did Randy say?
like a big fucking Japanese guy.
That's from South Park, man. That's
Yeah.
where Jimmy
You guys-
pulled his from.
You guys remember, obviously, well, maybe you don't. I know Randy probably doesn't.
Hello, shitty walk.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
This Samurai Baker.
Yeah.
Samurai Baker. The guy comes in. I'll never forget. He comes in and he's like, I need a cake, or I forget what the whole skit was, but he's like, oh man, you're a real master baker. And he goes, oh, what did you say to me? Master baker. Oh. Funny stuff.
If any of our viewers are in Asia, we apologize. Not for the
No,
bomb,
we don't
but
apologize.
for this.
You make fun of us, we make fun of you. It's the way the world goes around.
Oh my goodness. Ugh. All right. Lee says Tobin Abassi is very impressive for the new generation. Way up, dude. Dwayne Allman. Right on.
Yeah, man.
Nobody's mentioned Dwayne. Yeah.
He's dead.
He is. Yeah.
I've been to his grave. Somebody was talking to me about the Allman Brothers a couple weeks ago. And I was like, yeah, I'm just not a big Allman Brothers fan. And it's like, well, you're from Georgia. You've got to be. No, I don't. Sorry.
So Waller Cries is saying that he never said they were his favorites, ones that he respects the most. So was calling him out. He says he knows B.B. King from his U2 album.
Exactly.
Let's see.
He still hasn't found the thrill that's gone.
De Silva actually says Jeff Healey was the loudest concert I ever heard by far.
I believe that.
Blind.
I was going to say, because he was deaf, he couldn't hear himself. He
He was
turn
blind.
it
He
up,
wasn't deaf.
turn it up.
But he wasn't deaf.
That's what I said. He had to turn it up because he couldn't fucking see anything.
That was Helen Keller Healy. Fucking there you go, Lee. There you go. Vogue. Fuck yeah, dude. I love Vogue. If he's from Decapitated. Nice Polish death metal
Oh
band.
my word, we're all going to hell.
Vogue is a fucking machine of a guitar player.
Princess Raven. Prince played like 11 different instruments. I think he played more than that. He played them all.
That's what I just said. He played like 108.
Yeah, dude was super gifted, man.
I don't ever listen to what you're saying, Randy.
And he also played Sheila E. and
Apollonia.
Jeez.
Where
let's
love
see.
comes to town.
Lee agrees that John's choices were more modern. Yeah.
Up to date.
Mark
as to
Tremonti is
relevant.
pretty modern, pretty relevant.
So was backing himself up here. He says he didn't say they were any good, but holy F, they were loud. When you've seen 1,000+ live shows, a few duds get in the mix. There you go.
Fear
good,
Factory
eh?
was
Fear
shit
Factory?
live. They were when I saw them live, they were horrible.
It's all right.
That was 20 years ago.
I quite like their what was it, Reanimator or something album. Late '90s, early 2000s was great.
Oh my word.
Yeah, Lee, if Jackson would hurry up and put that Vogue signature model out, I'd be all over it.
He who has another honorable mention here, and I agree, Vito Bratta. He just kind of disappeared.
He's over there making pizzas.
Right? Hey, forget about it. Oh my goodness.
Over there
I'm glad.
the fucking dice man.
I'm glad somebody's enjoying it, or Arky's dying from our boredom. Well,
Ooh, excuse me.
10:30. I think we're about done for tonight. What do you guys think?
Well, Lee's asking me a question, and he says, Randy, question, is that a what, Lee? Yes, that is a hat. Yes, these are headphones. That's a microphone.
Talk to you about it later.
I don't want to hear about it later.
All right. Let's see. El Barget says, is that a 7-string Randy, the Vogue model?
Currently, no. He's got a baritone, a regular 6-string, and I think he just got a 7-string. They just